Sparks still looking for a playoff spot. But this team was totally different. Now, with the White Mamba gone, their roster got even more youthful. Now, if Coach wanted to turn this team into a dynasty, well, the team was going to have to go back to back.
Sparks versus the New York Liberty here. The old team of Savannah and Jordan here. Savannah and Jordan, I believe, spent about 2 years on the Liberty. Jordan just Savannah with 3. And Savannah here getting the first 3 points.
3 points.
For the Sparks here. Oh, poking the ball away there as Sabrina Nuescu able to get it back. Savannah got to keep close in touch with their assignment. Sammy Whitcomb with the 3. She lost her a little bit. So, Savannah and Jordan trying to make the playoffs again. This time with their friend Sandra the Bandit Cooper. And this team, was off to a terrible start. And Savannah, was caught in that trade actually free agent signing, and this whole entire team has turned around. Now, you will notice that the record is a little bit different. I mentioned that a couple episodes ago because for whatever reason the game had corrupted my data there, and so we had to basically start it over with the roster, and I tried to replicate the roster as much as possible, and sad that we had to restart it in the middle of the season, and Savannah gets another 3 to drop. Can't find Sammy Whitcomb. Oh, luckily she missed that wide open 3. Savannah needs to be more aware there as Savannah tried for the 3 again and offline there. Nuescu with the ball. Savannah trying to stay with Sammy Whitcomb here as Sandra Garden. Nuescu. And that one's offline too as well as Sandra Cooper with the ball. There's the pass to Jordan. Jordan trying to find an opening. There's Sandra. Good ball movement here with the Sparks. Is hand in her face, but still gets the 3 to go.
For 3.
Very low scoring affair so far. Nothing too dangerous yet. As there's Sandra Cooper, the Bandit, getting another rebound. I believe she has the most rebounds out of everyone on the Sparks. It's Jordan's wide open 3. There it goes.
New York calls timeout.
The Liberty got to call a timeout there, and that was such a great play by the Sparks there to get
Substitution for Los Angeles.
Jordan open. And it's the second quarter, 21-10. Still a very low scoring affair here. And well, Jordan and Savannah, they wanted a change of scenery after being with the Liberty for a little while, and I mean, as a New Yorker myself, I understand that, the cold weather and everything. So going to California, for Jordan and Savannah, where it's that nice California sunshine. I totally understand that as Savannah gets the 3 to drop. And the Sparks have been lighting it up today. On the 3-point line here. Here in the first half as the Liberty tried to go up for that and offline there. Good defense by the Sparks here. Defense was a huge problem for the Sparks earlier on in that previous save file. You know, they could not, you know, for the life of them, you know, hold leads and get out to good big leads. But now that has changed. That has completely changed for the Liberty, or for the Sparks, excuse me, and you know, they're off to a great start here as Savannah tries to get that 3 to go, and it's offline. And Savannah gets the ball to poke away. Good defense there. Savannah with a wide open shot offline though. You can't get much better than that, honestly. And Savannah trying to make up for lost time, and she does with that 3 shot. 21 points total. 12 in this quarter, so she's been on fire this entire quarter. Good defense there by Savannah. Now Savannah again going up for 3 offline, bounced right off of the rim. She had a great look though, I will say that. And well, it looks to be, for the Sparks, a offensive explosion here.
Into the lineup for Los Angeles.
As the Sparks still have a significant lead as Savannah checks back in. Now they got a very youthful roster here as Savannah gets another 3 to drop. They got a very youthful roster with the average age of being in the mid-20s, mid to early 20s. And, well, it's worked exceptionally well as the coach of the Sparks has wanted to build a dynasty and signed Jordan and Savannah to 2 big contracts as they were the top free agent players in the WNBA after leaving the Liberty. You know, it wasn't necessarily about money, like I said, it was more just a change of scenery. You know, leaving New York, you know, they grew up in Brooklyn and been in New York their whole lives, so decided that they wanted a change of scenery. And, you know, it's proved to be well for them. You know, it's proved to work out extremely well. And they're looking to bring the Sparks a championship going back to back.
That's the end of the second quarter.
And that's always something that's hard to do. As the Sparks go into halftime 40-25. Great lead here. Great teamwork, great play from the Sparks all around. And it seems that, you know, if we're going off of the actual season, because what I did, because of that error in the file, I had simulated all the way to the part of the season where they picked up Sandra Cooper, because Sandra Cooper was not on the team until
Williams at the line for 2.
Until practically halfway through the season. They were looking for a way to, you know, spark some offense, to spark some urgency in this team. No pun intended, of course, with the team name, but
Williams.
you know, they were looking for something just to get this team back to where it should be, and honestly, just because you win a championship
Sparks foul. Williams.
one time,
First personal foul.
you know, it doesn't necessarily mean it turns into a dynasty. You know, there has to be a lot of elements to a dynasty. I mean, the Patriots' 20-year run, you know, is not something that, you know, in any sport, rather, you know, happens a lot. You know, you don't really see teams just go on this absolute onslaught where they just keep winning. And the Sparks look to create something like that here in the WNBA with Jordan and Savannah, which is why they were signed to huge contracts. Now, Sandra Cooper was signed to a 3-year deal. Still a pretty amazing deal here, but still a pretty amazing deal as Liberty take another timeout as the Sparks have found themselves with an exceptional lead here.
Into the lineup for Los Angeles.
Savannah rests for a few minutes and gets checked back in here with Jordan. And it's huge. Like, some of the fans, they didn't really know what to think about Jordan and Savannah you know, they only seen a couple years of play. I mean, Jordan coming off 1 to 2 years, and Savannah coming off 3. And, you know, it's always a toss-up now of the MVP. Because last season, I believe it was Savannah who was MVP. And, you know, they both performed so well that you never really know who's going to be MVP at the end of the season. You know, and I'm not discrediting the rest of the WNBA, but, you know, when you got players that to build around, like franchise players like Savannah and Jordan, and you build around them, you know, you give them the tools to win, it's kind of impossible to beat them. You know, it's you know, like the Patriots for so long were this unstoppable team. Yes, they lost some games, but they just kept winning, kept making the playoffs, kept, you know, adding to their resume.
Rebecca Allen.
And that's something that the Sparks look to do, not just in championships, but in like WNBA records and so on and so forth. You know,
Williams.
as Savannah, excuse me, not Jordan, Savannah gets another 3 to drop here, and they are just taking it to their old team here. In the third, Natasha Howard tried to get one to go, but Zoe B got the rebound, and Savannah is happy as hell about that performance as we get to the final quarter. Let's look at the assist of the game. There's Jordan and Savannah with the buckets and baller connection being very strong there. And there's Jordan. Good screenshot there of both Jordan and Savannah there on the bench. I have to say, this is the best I've ever seen the Sparks play, you know, with Sandra Cooper at the helm. And now she might not get a whole ton of points, but she does get those rebounds. And that was something that the Sparks were missing, because Candace had left. You know, she did not want to sign with the Sparks. Jordan and Savannah tried to get the coach to bring her back, and they even offered her a great deal, but she ended up going elsewhere. Oh, and it looks like Savannah may be down with an injury.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Oh, this isn't good right here. This is not good. Savannah in so much pain. It appears to be her wrist. It looked like she was holding her wrist a little bit.
Get ready for the Dip Squad.
That's definitely not good. As Savannah's got to sit out the entire game, but the Sparks
Thank you everyone for making it out and supporting your team. We hope
getting this win 90-73. She had to sit out the rest of the quarter. Let's hope Savannah's okay.